Welcome back to another episode of the College Football Overdrive podcast. My name is Fred Purdue. I'm one of your hosts. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague Rick Brown on a awards week where we hand out a lot of hardware and superlatives to some of the great players across this country in this game we call college football. What's going on, Rick?
Hey Freddie, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Especially now. I've been trolling Florida State fans all week. My life is good. Even if we didn't get it, you didn't either. Sorry, No Nation.
Well, I mean, Tallahassee wasn't big enough to have two champions.
That is I definitely agree. I definitely agree. We don't agree much, but we will definitely agree on
I'm sorry, FSU. Y'all got screwed. Y'all got royally screwed with no Vaseline. I'm
this.
sorry, man.
Ooh,
I
wow.
mean, it's true. They did. I mean, not
Yeah.
just one team hopped them, but two teams
Two
hopped them,
teams hopped them.
and they won. It's not like they lost. They won.
Yeah, yeah,
But oh well.
yeah. Oh
So
well.
what we talking about today, man?
So, first off, let's pay some bills real quick. Make sure you go follow the show on X, Twitter at CFB Overdrive. Make sure you go follow the show also on youtube.com slash CFBO. CFBO. Make it real simple. Uh, you can follow myself on Twitter at Fred Purdue CFB. Rick, where can they find you on socials?
I might let y'all follow me on Twitter or X Twitter at Rick Brown 91, RickBrown 91. Saying a special shout out to my Rattler Nation, Coach Coach Willie Simmons, SWAT Coach of the Year. They also had the Offensive Player of the Year, Jesse Musa, and the Defensive Player of the Year, and Burns, I think his last name is 58. I can't think of his name. But congratulations, Rattlers. Onward to the Celebration Bowl against that team from Washington, D.C. Beautiful city.
Mm, mm.
Howard
That's your
University.
hometown team. That team from DC?
Yes, yes, yes.
Shade.
A school that I considered going to,
Mm, mm-hmm.
but but I
Is your heart
didn't.
torn a little? Like your
No,
hometown versus your
no,
no, no torn.
no,
Okay.
no.
I tried. I tried.
I paid to go to A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Howard for 2 weeks for a summer, you know, when I was in the 10th grade. I mean, I could tell you that story off the air.
Yeah. Oh,
It's,
it's one of those. I got to
it,
find out about this one.
it was very enlightening.
And
Let's
then
just,
lightning a young Rick Brown in the 10th
uh,
grade. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Oh man.
um, can you say, what is it called, when the dorms are co-ed dorms? Yeah,
Oh, okay. I got
yeah,
you. I got you. I
yeah,
got you. I got you.
yeah. But back to
I got
football.
you. I got you.
A different kind of ball.
I'm
A
definitely
different,
getting. I got to get the details on this one later on. But yeah, we're here to talk college football awards. We want to hand out some hardware. I'm not handing out any hardware, but there's somebody going to be handing out some hardware around the country on Saturday amongst these awards. You have the player of the year. You also have the Bolitnikov, which goes to the top pass catcher, wide receiver. The Bronco Nagurski Award, which is the defensive player of the year, essentially, which is also, by the way, it's judged by the FWAA. Your boy, yeah, you know, we do that. We do that over there. Former member, but still good, very happy and honored to be a part of that group of folks over there. But also the Broyles Award, which interestingly enough, I don't know, the finalists were a very interesting group. That is the award for the top assistant coach. Usually, it goes to a offensive or defensive coordinator. But definitely one of the awards I was interested in seeing because there's some interesting storylines with those. Also, you have the Butkus Award, which is the top linebacker in the country, and some others. So we'll talk about it. But and of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say the Heisman Trophy Award is going out on this weekend, and we got some good names. As you said, Caleb Williams, the presumed number one overall pick, and former winner from last year. He is no longer defending his crown. His crown will go to someone else. He will not be. He is not finding himself amongst the finalists for the Heisman Trophy. So he actually isn't finding himself anywhere really, and it's very interesting because he's not playing in said bowl game, the Holiday Bowl. So interesting stories surrounding him, but we'll talk about him a little later when we talk bowl games. Also, so yeah, let's jump into this thing. Let's jump into these awards, and there's no particular order. We're just gonna go down the list that I have here. So let's kick it off. So we have the Bolitnikoff Award. This award is again given to the number one pass catcher, the best pass catcher in the country. Our finalists, Marvin Harrison Jr., Ohio State, the best wide receiver in the country. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver, LSU, and Rome Odunze, the receiver from Washington. All of these guys are very deserving impact players at their respective universities. Rick, I will let you kind of expound on these players, or who do you think should win, or who is your winner of this award?
I mean, Malik Neighbors has had a phenomenal season.
Mm-hmm.
I think he helped the future Heisman winner to
Whoa!
do good things.
Oh, I see what you did there. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the best guy, it's simple. It's a one man race, and it's Marvin Harrison Jr. Without him, Ohio State doesn't even make it to that last game unscathed. So I think this one is simple. I think this one is a runaway. I think it's Marvin Harrison Jr. and everybody else looking up.
I like it, and you won't get any quarrels from me. 67 catches, also adding in a 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 18.1 yard average. When in doubt, look for 18. I mean, that's the game plan. When in doubt, look for 18. Some other numbers on him. His yards per reception versus top 25 teams, 16.4. By the way, typical good receivers are anywhere between 12 and 14. Far exceeding. Yards per game, or I'm sorry, yards versus top 25 teams, 312. Receptions versus those same top 25 teams, 19, which is, I mean, for their schedule, let's be honest, they only played about four of those. Pretty good numbers, honestly. And receiving touchdowns against top 25, two, but when you're being doubled and sometimes even possibly triple teamed, I mean, it just doesn't sound right to say I got triple teamed as a receiver, but he had pretty good numbers across the board. Um, yeah, a complete receiver, 6'4", 205, can run every route, fast, and no one checked him all year. Even even Michigan really had problems with him.
Hmm. For sure.
My winner for this one, like you said, Marvin Harrison Jr. See you in the league in a few months. You're not
Yeah.
coming back. Yeah, he's not coming
No.
back.
No.
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 I'm surprised we haven't heard that he's not playing in the bowl game. But yeah, so
Most
we have the
receivers
Bron-
play though.
yeah. It's the quarterbacks and the running backs that just don't want to get hurt.
Smart. I'm
Very
with that.
smart, very smart. So we have the Bronco Nagurski Award. That is the essentially we'll call it the best player on the defensive side of the ball. This is judged by the FWA, the Football Writers Association of America. Again, I'm a former member and a great organization to be a part of. So, uh, finalists: Cooper DeJean, DB, Iowa. Now, can I say this, or is that out of bounds? Can I say it? Can I say it, please, please, please? If that DB is, and I'm not saying he's a safety, but if there's a corner, I saw a unicorn this year, a corner that can actually cover. But the last time I saw a Caucasian corner, and those don't exist. Those don't exist. Jason Sehorn was like the last one I ever saw. Cooper DeJean is a beast. He runs a 4.35. So he's not only fast, but he also has hands. He can actually cover. Some even might question maybe he might be a safety too, one of those dual threat corner safety hybrids. Nonetheless, he's a really, really, really good player. Uh, Jerzon Newton, defensive lineman, Illinois. We didn't talk about Illinois much this year, but when we did, it was Jerzon Newton. He is a absolute force. He is going to be a first round pick, and he is. I mean, the numbers speak for himself. Again, he's not on a good team, but when he lines up on the other side, your quarterback might want to identify where he is at all times. Next up, we have Malachi Starks, defensive back, Georgia. Everybody in that secondary is pretty good. Ball hawk, always in position. Georgia just seems to keep pumping these guys out. Xavier Watts, safety, Notre Dame. I didn't catch a ton of Notre Dame, but anytime I did, he was the Mr. Watts was always around the football, always making a play. Peyton Wilson, linebacker, NC State. We gotta. He gave Miami problems. He gave us fits. One of those sideline to sideline guys, an energy guy, a spark off, a guy that can just he could easily spark your defense, get the crowd going, a pick, a big play, a tip ball, a sack, can do it all. These are your finalists for the Bronco Nagurski Trophy. The question is, who wins this trophy, Mr. Brown?
Actually, I know who's already won the trophy. I want to know who
Mm,
you would have picked to have won the trophy
who would I have picked? So for me,
because it
when
was
I
given out. For those who don't know, it was given out on Monday.
mhm.
So the it's already been won. I just wanted to let you go ahead as I want to see who you would pick for this award.
So real quick, so full discretion, I purposely do not look at the spoilers. I want to know on award night, so I like to give my predictions beforehand. I hate the spoiler, so I avoid those. I avoid
And
those.
that's why I let you go, bro.
Okay,
That's why I
okay,
let you
okay,
go.
okay, okay. So for me, I always typically I am a person that is around the ball kind of guy. So front seven. Unless that DB is his last name is Woodson, Sanders, Bailey, mm, in my lifetime. Taylor, Reed. It's really hard for me to give it to a DB. Or you get a nickname like Honey Badger. It's really, really hard for me to give it to a DB. I like a guy that is going to be able to be around the ball. For me, it comes down to Jerzon Newton as well as Peyton Wilson. But I got to see Peyton Wilson up close and personal against my Canes, and he was very good. But Jerzon Newton was an absolute monster this year. Don't spoil it for
So
me. Don't
so
spoil it for me. Jerzon Newton is my winner of this Bronco Nagurski Trophy.
okay.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Next up, we
You
have the
you
Broyles.
gonna wait until Friday to really find out that?
Yeah, I am going to wait. We will wait till Friday to make sure I'm right. all the folks out there in podcast land, because you know, don't tweet, don't come find me on X. You find me on X, Twitter, and you light up my mentions with the I'm just not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. Just letting you know now.
Light them up, folks. Light them up. Okay, next
All
up.
right, so we have the Broyles Award. This award is given to the top assistant coach. Typically, again, it is given to the offensive or defensive coordinator typically. But I already know the winner of this one, and I was not, and I expected this to be. I expected this to be a runaway, honestly, just because of the job that he did there under the circumstances that he had. Um, so the candidates, Mike Bobo, who seems like he can't leave Georgia alone. He just continues going back. Offensive coordinator George. He was Rick's offensive coordinator too, by the way. But yeah, Mike Bobo. He is the offensive coordinator at Georgia. Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator at LSU, following his head coach. Um, so Brian Kelly from Notre Dame down to LSU. Possibly might does the winner of this award may have, he also has a Heisman candidate. So there's a nice tie there. Sharon Moore, offensive coordinator, Michigan. I thought maybe someone might get a push just for him just because of the circumstances that they had going on at Michigan, but not so fast. Phil Parker, defensive coordinator, the lone defensive coordinator, Iowa, and Will Stein, offensive coordinator, Oregon. This award has already been given out. It was given to Phil Parker, defensive coordinator, Iowa, and very well deserved because his defenses had to literally hold teams under 15 points a game because Iowa decided they don't score more than 15 points a game and they don't care about scoring more than 15 points a game. It's like, hey, we're at 15, can't do it anymore.
You mean it wasn't USC's defensive coordinator or Colorado's defensive coordinator?
Yikes! The
Uh,
shade,
hey,
the
hey, you
shade.
hear your boy Sapp is now a part of
Yeah,
that coaching staff there.
he made his choice. He made his choice.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Is that the good? Is that that good? That is that good stuff from Cal? Never mind. Never mind. Coach Prime
Ouch.
delivered.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ouch. I like
All
that.
right.
I like that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like that.
You like that? Okay. So, were you surprised by this at
No.
all? No. Okay.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, it's not like Iowa went undefeated, but they did make it to the championship game. Um, they had to be great, but
Every
that side
week.
of the conference was weak.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of other coaches probably had. I mean, I am surprised the Michigan guy did not get even a smell.
Because of the circumstances. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Uh, but hey, congratulations. I'm not, when I saw the finalists, it was a really a no-brainer.
Yeah, definitely a no-brainer in that situation. Just knowing that the defense literally had to come up with, "Hey, you got to get a stop." To the point, I mean, it showed when Iowa played Minnesota, they scored a whole 10 points, and they gave up a big play, and that was it.
Kurt Cincinnati. Oh yeah,
Mm.
we talked about that. Okay. Mhm.
We all so this award. I know we weren't going to talk about this one, but I just want to highlight it really quick, and I'd like to say the person that I think is going to win it and should probably deserve it. The Burlsworth Award. It goes to the top former walk on. So those guys don't get scholarships in the beginning, and they tend to they have to grind it out. They are the ultimate warriors on a team because they not only they can be better than the guy ahead of him, but because he doesn't have a scholarship, he doesn't necessarily get preference or the reps that he may deserve. So for me, I think the finalists for this one are James Carpenter, nose guard, James Madison, Drake Stoops. Yes, that name sounds familiar. That is Bob Stoops' son. It is. Uh, Drake Stoops, wide receiver, Oklahoma. And Cody Schrader, running back, Missouri. I'm just going to put it out there, right? So Cody Schrader had 1,400 yards this year.
Hmm.
Just saying. 1,400 yards is crazy, right? He also had 13 touchdowns. That again is crazy for a former walk on. He was 11 yards short of 1,500. So it was for a, I mean, 6.6 yard average per play. Look, what more can you say? The guy is actually he's a baller. He's a whole baller, whole baller. So for me, again, Cody Schrader, this award goes to you. I don't care what all the people say. You're a starter in the SEC, almost 1,500 yards, and you gave everybody problems. Keep giving them hell.
I mean, I think all three are deserving. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, even Stoops. I mean, the big plays he had against Texas and in the big games, it was always Stoops.
Mm-hmm.
He would
Mm-hmm.
come alive, and so you can't take anything away from any of them. And anyone who comes from being a walk on to significantly have an impact on a team, a college team, a major college program. Um, Hats off to them.
We have the Butkus Award. This award goes to the top linebacker. You know, there's been some really good ones over the years. Dan Morgan. You can go to Miami and just pick one. It doesn't really matter. Florida State the same. Florida not so much, but Georgia, Alabama. Heck, USC, Texas. There's been a lot of guys that played at various schools that could deserve this award, and that lineage of player continues. A name that many Philadelphia Eagle fans might know, and you might know too, as a former fan of a team in Washington. You might know this name pretty well too. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Clemson linebacker. He was all over the field doing it. He's not really a pass rushing linebacker, but he does it a little. But more of a drop guy. Not he's not perfect, but he's darn good. He's a good Clemson linebacker. Tyron Hopper, Missouri. I don't want to butcher this name, but I know I'm gonna butcher this name. Eda, I'm not even gonna try this. I'm not gonna disrespect you, sir, at all. I really don't want to. Um, Eulafas. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna disrespect you like that. Nathaniel Watson and from Mississippi State. Sorry, and Peyton Wilson, NC State. Um,
You
Peyton
look for
Wilson keeps.
Shio? You look for
Yeah, there you go.
Shio from
Eulafashio.
Washington, University
Yeah,
of
look,
Washington.
yeah. I didn't. Washington defensively did not.
Impress me.
Yeah, they didn't
Say it.
flash. They didn't flash much. Anybody
Mhm.
really. The guy that impressed was on offense. The guys that impressed are on offense. Jeremiah Trotter probably wins this award because of the name of the school, and a lot of times it's a little politicky. But Peyton Wilson flashed so many times at NC State for me, all over the field. Give me Peyton Wilson for this one.
Mhm. I mean,
Uh,
it's definitely the ACC award.
definitely,
So-
definitely, definitely. I mean, no disrespect to Washington and Missouri, but the linebackers are really good in this conference. Even at the places like Florida State, Miami, Duke, North Carolina, linebackers are pretty good. So, Chuck Bednarik Award. This award goes to the Defensive Player of the Year, and it's judged by the Maxwell Club. So we get two defensive Heisman's essentially. Peyton Wilson, linebacker, NC State. Dallas Turner, linebacker, but don't be confused. And that's Alabama. Don't be confused. He is a whole pass rusher. He is a hand in dirt. He is not dropping anywhere. He is attacking your quarterback. And Latu, defensive lineman, UCLA, both of the aforementioned. So hold on, real quick. Dallas Turner, we'll see you in the league very soon. Mr. Latu, we will definitely see you in the league uh, in the coming years. Peyton Wilson, again, is a buzzsaw at linebacker, and it is hard for me not to pick him in for this award. But Dallas Turner is an absolute monster. He's an absolute monster. And Alabama's pass rush was, in the beginning of the year, it was its saving grace because they just could not, the secondary just didn't come around like I thought it would. And really, with his other bookend, Chris Braswell, those guys attack quarterbacks enough to get them into a playoff position, especially attacking Mister Carson Beck at Georgia, getting a couple sacks at the end. Yeah, yeah, taking down that number one team. Dallas Turner did that.
Okay, I can't
So
argue with you.
no arguments there. Okay, okay,
Mm,
okay,
mm.
okay.
Because Peyton Wilson deserves to win something, but
But it's not this one.
it's gonna be tough. It's just gonna be tough for the team he
Definitely.
plays on. Number one, NC State doesn't get a lot of press,
Right, right.
and they don't get a lot of primetime games. So those are two instrumental and important things for Heisman, not just Heisman voters, but award voters. They need to see him. They need to know who you. And I mean, it's an honor to just be a finalist for these awards. So congratulations. But yeah,
Yeah, Dallas Turner, 26 tackles and 9 sacks. Do I need to say more?
26 tackles for loss.
So yeah, 26 tackles for loss and 9 sacks.
Because
Abs-
I,
it's
I mean, did
absolutely wild.
did he have just 26 tackles? Then that would have a problem.
Honestly, I wouldn't because teams are double and triple teaming him, and teams don't run the football as much.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I wouldn't be too upset, even if it was. Now Peyton, and we have to distinguish linebacker now because linebacker really comes in different flavors now. You have the stand-up linebacker who is a sideline to sideline guy, a cover guy. That's Peyton Wilson. 69 tackles, also 6 sacks, had a forced fumble, also had 3 picks. But then
LaVar
you
St.
have
David.
correct. But then you also have the edge rusher. We have to put edge next to their name. That's the pass rusher. That is one uh, Dallas Turner, who is an absolute just monster. So just want to I have to make that clear a lot of times because when we hear linemen, well, he didn't do this and he doesn't do this. Well, we have different types of linebackers at this point. We have hybrid positions at this point. It is what it is. Next up, we have the Davy O'Brien Award. That goes to the top quarterback. This one was hard because every one of these guys are Heisman Trophy winners, or I'm sorry, Heisman Trophy finalists. And all of these guys could easily win this Heisman Trophy down the road once we get there. One, Jaden Daniels, quarterback LSU, Michael Penix Jr., quarterback Washington, and Bo Nix, quarterback Oregon. I've seen all three of these guys play. I've been a fan of Jaden Daniels since he was at Arizona State, since he was a freshman, just starting at Arizona State, being that guy. A lot of what he's doing now, he's been doing that, but now he has an actual team with actual good players. Michael Penix Jr. slinging it around the yard. Bo Nix kind of came up short twice against Michael Penix. It's hard for me to pick Bo Nix, who loses to the guy who's probably going to win this Heisman Trophy. But Jaden Daniels was everything. He is the embodiment of what the new age modern quarterback is: a runner, a thrower, a playmaker, an improviser. He's all of that in one. And I don't know what he'll be at the pro game, but I know what he is in the college game. 4,500 plus yards of offense, close to 50 touchdowns. I mean, what else can you ask for him to do at LSU? Uh, Forget the win. Even if the wins and losses matter, but at the end of the day, the production is where it needs to be. And yeah, Jaden Daniels, sir, you're about to get a lot of hardware because the insane numbers that you put up this year rival some of Johnny Manziel, Lamar Jackson, and others.
Hmm. Well, I think that voters will want to keep a little bit of old school,
Mm, I hate that. I hate that.
and so while I'm biased and my vote would have gone to, well, no, I don't know who my vote would have gone to, but Mike Penix would have gotten a lot of consideration being the Florida boy.
Hmm.
I think they're going to give the National Quarterback Award to the guy who had a poster in New York, Bo
Mm,
Nix.
hmm. Hmm. I hate that because the numbers. Well, first off, can I say this? We push agendas all the time when it comes to these awards, and I get it, the West Coast bias and all of the, but there's none here because all of these guys are Pac-12 guys, or I'm sorry, two of these guys are Pac-12 guys, and the SEC guy, his only losses are to Bama, Florida State, and was it Ole Miss? Tough, very tough. 39, or I'm sorry, 4,946 yards, 50 total touchdowns, 4 picks. Usually that'll win you a Heisman. Just saying. Last time I checked, when Johnny Manziel did it, when Lamar Jackson did it, and when Tim Tebow did it, they all won a Heisman. So in my book, mm, that's a clean sweep typically. Uh, so yeah, you
Stay,
know who
stay
my
on the
guy.
quarterback awards. Go
Stay on
Maxwell.
the Maxwell. Okay.
And
We
see,
have
now this is where same three guys are for the Maxwell Award, and
mhm,
this is where I think Jaden will win.
the college
See,
quarterback, college player.
the voters could do something real quote unquote cool. I mean, other people would think it's kind of quirky, but they can give Mike this award.
Spread the love around. Okay.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. But I think one quarterback's going to win two of the three. I don't think it'll be a
Hmm.
clean sweep. And so I got Bo Nix winning the Davy O'Brien, and I'll have Jaden winning the Player of the Year.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Uh, we have the Doak Walker Award, right? This running back has been such a hot topic lately, right? We don't like our running backs. We don't pay them, et cetera, et cetera. There have been three outstanding running backs, but even just in my opinion, the running backs this year have been extra regular. No offense to any of the guys here. A lot of these guys are kind of extra regular, especially seeing the running backs that I've seen over the years: Derrick Henry, Reggie Bush, Lindell White, Frank Gore. Man, I mean, we've seen so many. Ricky Williams,
B. John,
man, Bijan Robinson. I mean, I could go on and on. Todd Gurley, Cam Akers,
any
Dalvin
of the
Cook,
Henry,
uh, Derrick Henry, Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I could keep going on and on and on. By the way, that Reggie Bush guy was real good, and he got into the Hall of Fame, the College Hall of Fame. Yeah, long time coming. He should have been there. But yeah, so but this is for the
give him
top
back his
running back.
Heisman. Sorry.
Oh, he lost the Heisman. I'm sorry, I never recognized that. I never.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
My TV told me that, and live TV told me Reggie Bush won a Heisman. So I will never accept him not winning a Heisman. We don't do that here.
Oh, he
Uh,
won
I,
it. They just took it from him.
we don't recognize that either. The taking it. No, we don't do that here.
OJ.
The dope. So we have the finalists for the Dope Walker Award. We have Ollie Gordon the second from Oklahoma State, Amarian Hampton from North Carolina, and Cody Schrader, that walk on again, who had almost 1,500 yards. Ollie Gordon came on strong towards the latter part of the season, but Cody Schrader, 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns. Very hard to go against.
Okay. Good job, Walker. Congratulations. You win
I
the
mean
trophy.
would that be like the perfect story? Wouldn't that be the walk on gets the award for the best player at his position? Why not? Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not?
All right, so we have the Eddie Robinson Award, which it goes to the top NCAA Division One coach. This is also judged by the FWAA. Our finalists in this are David Braun, Northwestern. He took on a tough job after Pat Fitzgerald was ousted amongst scandal at Northwestern. Jamie Chadwell, who
Scandal.
yeah, scandal, and actually got a bowl game out of it. I mean, that's tough. Jamie Chadwell at Liberty, the former Coastal Carolina coach. He, I mean, not only all he did was take them to an undefeated season and a conference championship. I have my opinions on who should win this
Yippee.
award, and there's only one real name. Kalen DeBoer, Washington; Eli Drinkowitz, Missouri; Jed Fish, Arizona; Rhett Lashley, SMU; Chuck Martin, Miami of Ohio; Mike Norvell, Florida State; Barry Odom, UNLV; the GOAT, Nick Saban; and Steve Sarkisian, Texas. Oh, and I'm sorry, Joe Summerall, Troy. There's only one answer for this. His name is Nick Saban. This is the best job he's had all year long of his coaching career at Alabama. He got into a playoff he had no business getting into, especially after losing a game early. His team got much better. He's gonna win a national championship again. Ooh, I gave my pick away. Darn. Was it? Are you surprised? But this is the best coaching job he's had, at least in recent memory.
Coach of the Year, Deion Sanders.
Really? Please do tell. Do tell.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about fantasies. Uh, uh,
I really thought, okay, because I was really wondering. I was wondering, did he really send you some of that good stuff from Colorado?
man, a gentleman never puffs and tells. Come on, man. Let
Mm.
it go.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of deserving coaches. James Madison, coach. Um,
Who didn't get on the list, which is crazy.
you mentioned the Liberty coach. They like teams that come out of nowhere. This is why I don't think Saban will win it.
Jamie Chadwell. If in that
I think
case,
the I
Jamie
think the
Chadwell,
Northwestern guy
David
will,
Braun. Yeah.
for the job he did at keeping that
Mm-hmm.
program together. I was sick of him or the Virginia coach, but Jamie Chadwell will get a whole lot of votes because of what I said.
Jed Fish at Arizona. And Jed Fish at Arizona.
Yeah,
Really,
another
he did a
strong.
really.
He did.
I
He
mean,
really did.
offensively with a freshman quarterback, I, hard to
But
put. But
they didn't,
again, they don't have
not
a
enough.
name.
Yeah, and not enough.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Northwestern.
Okay. 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 We have the Jim Thorpe Award that goes to the best defensive back. You have Cooper DeJean from Iowa, our unicorn corner. Malachi Starks, safety, Georgia, and Trey Taylor from Air Force, safety. I have to give this award to somebody who was on a defense that won an award. Oh yeah, Cooper DeJean. Yeah, yeah. On a team that doesn't score more, he knows he has to be perfect in everything he does. If you caught that line, you know what one of my favorite movies is. Um, yeah, he had to be dang near perfect in everything that he did, and that defense had to be dang near perfect to win games every single week. He is my Jim Thorpe Award winner.
Another team that got kind of jobbed, dropping from 1 to 6. Who does that? Where does that happen? It's not like they lost to a unranked Iowa team or something like that. Georgia's defense was consistent all year. They even when the offense was struggling, some that defense still played well. Because of that, give me Malachi to win the Jim Thorpe Award.
Like it, I like it. Uh, we have the John Mackey Award, which goes to the top tight end. This is not a discussion. This is not a
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah.
Brock Bowers, Georgia. Let's move on. Let's move
Move on.
on. Let's move on.
Moving
Let's
on.
move on. We have the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. This goes to the top upperclassman quarterback. Finalists for this award: Jaden Daniels, Dylan Gabriel, Sam Hartman, Notre Dame, Drake May, North Carolina, J.J. McCarthy, Michigan, Bo Nix, Oregon, Michael Penix Jr., Washington, Jordan Travis, Florida State, Cameron Ward, Washington State, or Caleb Williams, USC. Sorry, for a sympathy, I would give it to Jordan Travis, but this award goes to Jaden Daniels because he, again, 4,900 yards of offense, 50 touchdowns. Plain and simple.
Upperclassmen. I'm passing. I'm spreading the love around. Michael Penix
Okay.
for what he
Okay.
did uh, on the field, and his team was undefeated. He was consistent all year long.
Mm-hmm.
Michael
I like
Penix
it. I
Jr.
like it. We have and this is interesting because he actually got added into this. I'm not sure how, but we have the Lombardi Award, but this is given to the most outstanding college football lineman. Joe Alt, offensive tackle, Notre Dame. He'll be a top 5 pick soon. Brock Bowers. I'm not sure how our tight ends are getting lumped in, but Georgia. And Jonah Ellis, defensive end, Utah, and Laiatu Latu, defensive end, UCLA. This award goes to Joe Alt at Notre Dame. They have. I want to. I would actually like to combine 2 awards here. The Joe Moore Award, that's the top offensive line. It goes to Notre Dame. It is what it is. They punch people in the mouth all year. Despite the record, they punch people in the mouth all year long.
All year long. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
You like it?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
We have the Lou Groza Award, which is the top kicker in the country. This is where we get a little
Kickers.
crazy. Kickers.
Kickers.
We're judging kickers. Now I'm a little biased because my kicker didn't make this list, but he missed 2 kicks all year. the
But you got someone from Miami on this list.
wrong Miami. It's the wrong Miami. Graham Nicholson, Miami of Ohio, Jose Pisano, UNLV, and Will Reichard. Alabama. Will Reichert is the all time. He broke the record for most points scored by a college player. Yeah, you kind of have to give it to the guy that broke the record.
Yeah, enough
You
said
just
on
kind of
that.
have. And I don't want to talk about kickers at all. I'm just going to be honest. I don't want to. I don't. I have zero interest, especially when my kicker didn't even get put in this and he missed two kicks all year. Just saying.
Hey, the only time people talk about kickers is either Tucker for the NFL or
Hmm.
when someone misses a kick. That's not
Exactly.
good odds.
Exactly.
That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. We have the Outland Trophy, which goes to the top interior lineman. Those finalists are Joe Alt, Notre Dame, Cooper Beebe from Kansas State, and Tavondre Sweat, defensive tackle, Texas. Again, Joe Alt
Mm.
has been consistent. You know what Joe Alt is? He is a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning, consistent, consistent,
Suppose you don't
and
like
good.
oatmeal.
Darn, that is a good one. Yeah, yeah, you might have a point. And I don't like Notre Dame either, but I guess I have to go with him.
Mm.
You see what yeah,
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 yeah. I
yeah.
got it.
It is
I
what
got
it
it.
is.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
This
yeah.
this 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 next one's pretty easy. Um, although the final and there's already been a winner, but I have there are only two right answers here, right? We have the Paul Horning Award, which goes to the most versatile player. And as much as I hate on this man's university and his head coach because I can't stand him, he is, as they say, he is him.
Oh shit. Now I know where you're
He
going.
is him. He is him. Our finalists: Travis Hunter, corner and wide receiver, Colorado; Cameron Scattaboo, running back, quarterback,
Shut up.
and punter
Jesus.
from Arizona State. He gave USC fits. He gave USC fits. Uh, as Siani Vaikai, run safety and running back for Utah. The winner in this one is a easy runaway. Travis Hunter, corner, wide receiver, Colorado. If I had to pick anybody else, it had to be Scatterboo, but that was only because I saw what he did against USC in almost beating them. He did everything. I mean everything. He threw passes. He carried the football. He did everything. He is your grandfather's grandfather football player. Tough, gritty. He's a football player. He is not. Don't give this man a position. He is a football player.
Yeah,
That's all.
I like the way you say that. He deserves it. He deserves that
Mm-hmm.
award and played
Mm-hmm.
his butt off. Would have loved to have seen him in those 3 games that he missed, just for even more exposure.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, he
We
played
have the
well.
Remington Award. Yes, he did. The Remington Award for the top center: Drake Nugent, Michigan; Jackson Powers Johnson, Oregon; and Cedric Van Pran, Georgia. I saw more of Michigan than I saw of Georgia or Oregon. And if I'm correct, Drake Nugent was the lineman that got hurt against Ohio State, and he was
Yeah.
dominating in that game. He was dominating in that game. Yeah, Drake Van Nugent. This is a it's a nice consolation prize, I guess, for for your season ending very soon.
Ouch.
Ouch. It's a nice
Uh,
consolation prize.
he'll win the award on his way toward a national title.
Oh, whoa. Mmm. Easter eggs, huh? All right. Uh, we have the Ted Hendricks Award. We all know who that is. Go Canes. Uh, for the youngins out there, go look up look up Ted Hendricks. He was a whole problem. 3-time All American. Back in the day. But this award goes to the top defensive end. Jonah Ellis, Utah; Jalen Green, James Madison; Laiatu Latu, UCLA. And while I do like Jalen Green and James Madison, and he was a whole problem. Laiatu Latu gave everybody fits. I guarantee Shador Sanders knows who he is real well. I guarantee Caleb Williams knows who he is real well. Just saying. Mr. Latu, you are the Hendricks Award winner.
Yeah, he was a problem in the pack too, and played very well.
We also I'm not gonna I do we do academic Heisman's over here or no?
No,
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 okay.
because they're not
Can we
student
just give a
athletes.
yeah, they're not student athletes. I mean, do you guys even do your work? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. The
Hey,
Warfel Award. The Warfel Award, which is our it's the community service award. It's essentially the college version of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, which is the NFL's version. The finalists in this are J.D. Bertrand, linebacker, Notre Dame; Blake Corum, running back, Michigan; Lad McConkey, wide receiver, Georgia. Every one of these guys are winners in this. I'm sorry, I hate picking when it comes to this. All of these gentlemen are doing great things in their communities. So for me, I just want to give you all three of you guys a shout out, and to the other players that are doing great things outside of football to affect the communities that they come from and the communities they play football in. Thank you.
damn, I couldn't have said it any sweeter, man. Good job.
So, last but not least, and we are here. I'm here for it. We have the Heisman Trophy. This trophy has been given to the likes of Reggie Bush, uh, Carson Palmer, Tim Tebow, Ricky Williams. I'm showing my age a little bit. Archie Griffin, I wasn't there for that, but that I'm pretty sure that was a hell of a to be the only person that won it twice. Desmond Howard, Cam Newton, and others. I don't. I'm not gonna go through the entire list, but some of the
Thank
best
you.
players
There's
we've
a
ever
whole
seen.
lot of
But
people.
shout out to Johnny Manziel. Keep giving them hell, Johnny, and Lamar too. But yeah, this one comes down to a few candidates, just a few. No Caleb Williams, the reigning and defending Heisman Trophy winner. He is not here this time around, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is.
He'll
Bo
be
Nix
there.
is.
He'll be there
Caleb. Oh yeah, Caleb. Well, he won't be a participant, but he will be there. He'll be there, but he won't be there to get
because
a
he'll be there
Heisman
as a Heisman winner.
as a winner. Yeah, he'll be there, but he won't be there to participate as a participant to win the trophy. Marvin Harrison Jr., Ohio State wide receiver. Jaden Daniels, quarterback, LSU. Bo Nix, quarterback, Oregon. And Michael Penix Jr., quarterback, Washington.
Let's cut to the chase. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Marvin had a great season, but
I
he's
was just
not in
about
it.
to say,
He's a
yeah,
distant fourth. He's a
he's a
distant
distant
fourth.
fourth.
Now,
So let's get down to it. Jaden Daniels, sir, 4,900 yards of offense and 50 touchdowns.
mhm,
Michael Penix Jr.,
led the
just a
led
led
the
the undefeated,
FBS and
undefeated.
undefeated and led the nation in passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Bo
third in
Nix,
touchdowns.
third in touchdowns. Yes, Bo Nix,
Hmm hmm
as I mean, he rose from the ashes because for a long time I just didn't think he would be anything, and I remember him being the number two dual threat quarterback coming out of high school. Feels like 50 years ago at this point because he's been in college forever. But I remember him being an Under Armour All American and saying, "Man, his last name's Nix, and that's really the only thing that's saving him is that his dad gave him his last name." I didn't think Bo Nix was that good out of high school into his time at Auburn. I never saw him as being really that good,
Well,
and now,
he was my freshman brother. So
mm, hmm hmm So my question to you is this:
yes, 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 yes,
let's
yes.
get down to the nitty gritty. Who wins this? Who lifts this trophy? at the end of the night.
Okay, okay. So there's no way I can give this trophy to Bo Nix because he
He
lost
lost to the
twice
other
to
guy.
one of the finalists.
Hmm.
So that eliminates him. Now we're down to two. Jaden, over 50 touchdowns. Michael Penix Jr., undefeated, led the nation in passing yards, third in
Hmm.
touchdowns. While
Undefeated,
my
undefeated,
undefeated,
and
yeah,
in the
right,
playoff.
right, right, right.
Hmm.
While my heart says Michael Penix Jr., my brain, as well as seeing what happened on TV and how the LSU talking heads really talked up, and deservedly so, because they made me think about who this guy was. Your Heisman winner would be Jaden Daniels.
I like it. I like it. Generally, so and I like to give I like to add historical context to things and kind of go back into yesteryear. The last time a quarterback, or better yet, a player was on a multi-loss team was RG3. He had three losses, actually four losses. When he was at Baylor, Johnny Manziel had a couple losses too. Lamar had a couple, but it wasn't bad. And Tebow had about three losses. He had four losses after the ball game to Michigan at the end. But all of these guys put up ridiculous numbers, and it was like watching Jaden Daniels was just it was just a it was like putting watching a video game. I went back and watched the game against Florida where they just did whatever they wanted. The last time I saw a quarterback take off on somebody and they're running head to head and you think he's going to make a tackle. Cam Newton did this. He did it to Patrick Peterson too, so it made it much even worse. But it was like he accelerated. But you know how they say fast people look faster running against fast people? Well, he's running away from fast people, and it looks like he's gliding. And I'm like, he's going to get caught here. No, and he kept doing it. But he didn't just do it with his legs, he did it with his arm. 50 touchdowns is a lot. But then when you're throwing the ball at a high clip and you only throw four interceptions, I
Yeah,
would
Micah
love
has
for
9.
he
Yep.
has nine. And I get it at a high volume of throws. He's not really a mobile guy. He went through some illnesses and he fought through it and he's a champion in his conference. He's in the playoff. That's all great and good. But the Heisman Trophy says most outstanding player in America, not the best player on the best team. And for the last few years, it feels like the Heisman Trophy has gone to the best player on the best team, not the most outstanding player in college football. For that, I must say Jaden Daniels is the most outstanding player in college football, and that's me doubling. I'm going back on what I said because about week 8, I said give Michael Penix the trophy. Just give it to him. I said that, and I'm willing to, with new information, come back around and say, Jaden Daniels, you are the Heisman Trophy winner for 2023.
Now, Michael upsets him some kind of way. I will not be upset.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see a local guy win it.
But if Bo
I
Nix
would.
wins, I will be upset.
Oh, I will be absolutely upset if Bo Nix because we saw how they kept pushing him, especially for the during the Pac-12 championship. It was like y'all know Michael Penix is in this game, right? Like, and I mean, Bo Nix didn't play great at all. How can you win a trophy over a guy that you lost to twice? Mm, just saying, just saying. So that is our 2023 awards, superlatives, and much more. So we have bowl games. We have bowl mania coming up. I mean, we got a million bowl games. We're not breaking them all down. It's not happening. It's not happening. Um, but we will talk about some of the more prominent bowl games. Quite honestly, when you have the I don't care. Although there was breaking news. There was breaking news, Rick, and I gotta say this. I'm very proud of these two teams for getting into a bowl game. It just might not be on your TV. It might not be on my TV. Did you hear that Colorado and Florida are playing in the Tide Shit Bowl? Damn, did I say that out loud? Ouch, my bad.
The the thoughts and opinions of the host do not reflect those of College Football Overdrive or management.
Oh man. Oh, man. I've been holding that for a while. I've been holding it for a while. But yeah, no. We will be talking bowl games going forward on our road to the college football playoff as well as the national title game. So we got about what 3.5 weeks of bowl games, 4 weeks of bowl games, and then that's it. I mean, college football comes and goes very quickly, and it's going to get to that point of the year. We're just all going to be depressed because there's no more football. So enjoy the last few weeks of this college football thing. We're getting matchups that we normally wouldn't see. Your Rattlers are playing again. They're playing in the Celebration Bowl against Howard. My Canes, they're facing off against somebody that they know really well or used to know really well. It's been a while. Mike Shiano and the Fighting Shianos of Rutgers. So we in this game and that game's in New York too. It's at Yankee Stadium, and I'm not going. Yeah, yeah. That's the I don't care bowl, and half our players are sitting out, and somebody's going to the transfer portal. So yeah, I expect a lot of that, and hopefully it's not. It doesn't get ugly. Hopefully somebody decides to stand up in that bowl game.
Stand up. If
So
you move, I move.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Speaking of somebody having to stand up, maybe so I'm curious, how pissed off is Georgia gonna be after losing and knowing they should probably be there? By the way, that 29 game win streak being broken allows my Miami Hurricanes to again feel safe that somebody got on. Mercury Morris used to say this about undefeated teams in the NFL. You got on the block, you got on the street, but you just didn't finish it. You guys got on the block. 34 is still the record. Is the longest winning streak. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard out here in these college football streets.
Anything else for the fans who may
Hmm. I
who
I think we're good. I think we're good. Make sure you go follow the show on X Twitter, at CFB Overdrive. Again, make sure you also go follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/CFBO.
CFBO.
So we can go ahead and since we're now at our new platform, and I think you guys will get a chance to see our mugs a little bit more over there on YouTube as we change up some things. Change up some things. Rick, where can they find you on social?
On X. Eric Brown 91. Holla.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Until we speak, we holler at y'all right before bowl season. You guys stay safe and peace.
Peace.